This episode has been brought to you by My Extraordinary Productions. Click the link in the description to learn more. Hi everyone, exciting news. We have another viewer requested video. I got an email asking, how do you combine your interests? This can be a really good question. Before I do anything though, I should probably preface this by saying that hustle culture, it had a moment. It had a very good moment. I'm sensing that the tides are turning, the pendulum is swinging, and we are doing a little bit more for ourselves than hustling. Okay, so the first thing you should ask yourself is, what is my brand? And maybe you don't like that question for some reason. Maybe you don't know what I even mean by that. So let's look at it this way. When people need me for something, what do they need me for? What is it that people are most likely to ask you to do? And are you satisfied with it? Once you figure out what your brand is, what the thing is people consistently go to you for, then you can ask yourselves, do my interests align with this brand? If your interests align with your brand, great. And if they don't, well, you can change your brand over time. It just takes some time. I don't know this person, so I don't know what her interests happen to be. But what are your interests? Do they make sense as natural extensions of each other? Actors who sing, well, musical theater exists. This makes sense. And carpenters who paint, well, once again, it makes sense that someone who builds a cabinet would also be willing to paint the cabinet or paint the walls that the cabinet will inhabit. Now, let's say your interests are not natural extensions of each other. So instead of being the actor who sings or the carpenter who paints, you are the actor who paints or the carpenter who sings. Do you have to do a lot of explanation for people to understand what you're doing? An actor who is also a singer makes sense. An actor who is also a carpenter because they need to make money somehow between gigs can also make a lot of sense. If you are a carpenter who recites Shakespearean sonnets while building cabinets, it's not that there isn't a market for it, but the market would be very niche, and you would still have to explain what the benefit is of having someone hammer in nails while reciting a sonnet. Speaking of, is there a benefit to combining your interests? Or are you combining interests because it's trendy and something you're supposed to do? Honestly, some people do combine things because they feel like it's what they're supposed to do, it's trendy, it's a marketing tactic. Arnold Schwarzenegger for a time was making these European bricks that sounded really fancy. They were just regular bricks, it was just that he was a European guy who was making them. Still, by calling them European bricks, Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to differentiate his bricklaying business from just the regular bricklaying businesses he was competing with, and that really helped him. There might be a way for your combination of interests to differentiate your small business from other similar businesses. Alright, so hopefully this helped one or two of you out. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, follow me on social media. If you have a question, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time.